Here's a small Blender modeling tip for you. If you've ever used a sphere, then you may have noticed that you get this weird pinching in textures. The reason for that is that Blender only has what they call a UV sphere, and most other 3D packages have what they call a quad sphere. And even if you dissolve the tris, because that is the problem, they're tris, then it doesn't really work. So you could fill this with a solid and then cut it up, but that's too much work. It's actually easier to create your own quad sphere. And the way you do it is you take a cube, you add a subdivision surface modifier, give it the amount that you want, for example 3. You apply it, but if you go to a front orthographic view, you see it's not perfectly spherical. And that is where the cast modifier comes in. You set it to a factor of 1 and you have a perfect sphere. Smooth shaded. Then you would need to add another subsurface modifier, of course. Then you get smooth shaded, and that's really nice. Now the thing is, a little thing with texturing, if you add a texture to it, so we go and unwrap it, you make a spherical projection, and if you would put a texture on it, then it could be that the texture looks a bit distorted near the poles. I don't really have a texture to show it for you now, but the fix is really simple. It comes in as flat. Just set it to spherical projection and you'll be fine. And then you have a smooth sphere with no ugly pinching in the textures. My advice is, if you're going to use a sphere, always make what they call a quad sphere. That solves so many of your issues. Don't bother using that UV sphere that comes in with Blender. So that's a quick tip for you.